I always find the story of your idea journey to be fascinating. You're really an example of one of our homegrown, for sure. You joined IDEA in 1997, and here we are 24 years later, and you're sitting in the top spot of our organization. So walk us through how that happened.
Oh, it's a fun story, and it's one I love to share, mostly because IDEA has been such an integral part of my career for nearly as many years as I've been in the industry. So back in 1997, I had recently finished college. I moved to La Jolla, California. It was kind of an eeny, meeny, miny, mo on the map and knowing I wanted to be close to the beach, of course. And I accepted a job as a personal trainer at the Sporting Club at Aventine. And it just so happens the club was located just a few miles from IDEA's headquarters. So the team and the trainers and the instructors, the entire club had already been connected to the association for business resources and
Yeah.
practical tips and training, and they'd always attended the events. So I have so many fond memories of attending the IDEA World Convention with my teams. And back when we were poor and starving trainers, we used to save our money for months. We'd pack 4 to 6 people in a hotel room to be able to attend the world's largest event. And then we'd divide up the sessions and classes on the program so we could attend everything and bring our collective notes back to elevate our entire team and share the most knowledge we could. So I've actually seen you on the dance floor in these early days. So I know like we worked out all day and danced and networked all night.
Woo, woo.
Yeah. And it was so much fun. But it allowed us to really bring home these insights and techniques and skills to grow our business and to remind the audience, like this was back before the internet and this was before we had Instagram and Facebook. So this was our chance to feel connected to our industry in a really meaningful and relevant way.
I love that whole team approach to sort of covering the event and then coming back and doing like an in-service for each other. That's just
Yeah.
such a great idea.
Yeah. And then, beyond the annual convention, because we were connected to the association here in San Diego, we were actually, our club and trainers were featured in several photo shoots over the years. And later I began presenting at events and writing for the business publications and sharing the best practices of our club and all our trainers and our team. And, as my career progressed with every role that I held in the industry, I have found IDEA to really be at the center of all of my learning, my sharing, and my growth. So, whether I was shopping for the latest and greatest equipment at the expo hall or attending sessions to learn what was new all over the world, or simply going to connect with my fitness friends, for me, being an IDEA member has, it's really been a platform for my own success at every chapter of my career. So, but I'm curious because, with the exception of only one other employee here at IDEA, you have been with IDEA the next longest. So, Sandy, I'm going to turn the tables back to you and ask a similar question. What do you think IDEA has meant to Fit Pros for the past 39 years? What's IDEA's story from your lens?
Oh, suddenly I'm in the hot seat. Not sure if I like this interview flip, although I do really love telling this story. Like so many of our entrepreneurial pros who've started from scratch with, super humble beginnings, IDEA also has sort of a bootstrapping shoestring kind of story. So co-founders Kathy and Peter Davis, who many in the industry know and love, launched IDEA in 1982 as a totally grassroots effort in their spare bedroom, like so many solopreneurs or entrepreneurs do. They had both competed on the tennis team at San Diego State University, and Kathy graduated with her degree in phys ed. And Peter graduated with a degree in business. And after graduation, Kathy was super focused on a journey to pursue her passion and dedicate her life's work to promoting healthy lifestyles. So they started IDEA on the strength of one basic premise, and that is that by fostering professionalism in the industry, in the health and fitness industry, millions of people around the world could benefit from this. They could live healthier, happier lives. And to this day, that philosophy is what drives our business. So fast forward, Kathy served as IDEA's executive director and Peter as its CEO for just under 34 years. And they sold the business and retired in 2016. And I just want to add that I think a forgotten piece of the story about IDEA and the Davises is that they also founded the first formal professional fitness certification organization in 1985. And back then it was called the IDEA Foundation, but today it's known as the American Council on Exercise, or ACE. So I think not many people remember that IDEA and ACE had the same lineage, the same parents, which I still find to be a really cool fact.
Yeah, that is a pretty good piece of fitness trivia. That IDEA actually created the American Council on Exercise. I love that.
Well, absolutely. I brought it up because I wanted to make the point that Kathy and Peter's commitment to developing innovative continuing ed significantly contributed to the maturing of the fitness industry into a growing, thriving field with a clear career path and opportunity for fit pros to help others live their best lives. And these are still critical pieces of our mandate for our members today. I'll add from, the content standpoint, IDEA produces more new and fresh continuing ed content on a monthly basis than anyone else in the industry today, period. And by default of what I do here as our editor-in-chief, I'm really an evangelist for this. If you're a fit pro who wants the latest cutting edge evidence-based content from the best authors and presenters in the industry, plus the very critical layer of practical application, IDEA is where you're going to find it. And I know we're going to talk more about IDEA World Virtual later in our conversation, but just to cap off this brag book about IDEA's rich history, I also wanted to point out that Kathy and Peter also established IDEA World Convention, which is still the largest annual international fitness education event and which draws between 12 to 14,000 fit pros from about 80 countries every year. And our pros come to sharpen the tools they need to, establish and have a successful fitness career and to change millions of lives around the planet. I think, many IDEA's employees still on the team helped to build out and enhance IDEA's purpose and mission over the years. So there's a really rich legacy and knowledge base at IDEA that carries on traditions and quality standards from the past while envisioning where we're going, how to shape the industry moving forward. There are so many interesting and memorable markers in IDEA's past that I'm going to put a link to the IDEA milestones timeline in the show notes as we wrap up.
Yes, agreed. Sandy, there are so many remarkable moments and people in IDEA's past. And, stepping into this leadership role, it's presented both the responsibility to carry on with many of these great traditions that have built this incredible association, but there's also an opportunity to continue to evolve and reimagine this brand so it can be a platform for others' success for the next 39 years. And this is where I come in and where we've been focusing our work is really understanding the needs and wants of our fitness professionals and their clients so we can meet them where they are and inspire them to healthier and active lives well into the future. So I took this role knowing the task at hand is to honor IDEA's legacy while reimagining its future.
Right on. That is just so well said.